KJ, do it again.
We play, we perform, we practice for hours on end to perfect that quadruplet at measure 77. We screw around and then regret it later because we didn't have enough time to practice. We lug around instruments that weigh anywhere from half a pound to 50. We perform for anywhere from 12 people to 5,000 people. We sweat, we bleed, we cry, we lose sleep. We spend practically all of our free time glued to our instrument. But why? Why do we choose to drive 2 hours away but stop halfway through because the windshield of the bus broke in the middle of a downpour, and continue on our way only to perform in the confines of a tiny humid high school gym, then to come home at 1 in the morning? Why do we choose this life? More importantly, why do we play? Who do we play for? What does performing mean to us? Who are the kids behind the instruments? One of the most important things to understand about band kids, and all musicians in general, is why they choose to put in so much work to get only a few minutes of fame. Some say it's to filter out our emotions and problems because adolescence is such a stressful time. But there must be something more. Otherwise, we wouldn't come back to work 13 hours a day in the grueling sun, or perform in the pouring rain, or report at 6 a.m. and return at 1 a.m. the following morning. Some might say we're crazy. Others say we're passionate. So what's the answer?
Play the tenor saxophone.
I'm a snare drummer.
I play flute.
About 1.
This is my third year.
Been in band. I did 5th grade strings, so 4 or 5 years. Not that much. I'm at marching band for like 10 hours every week, plus games and competitions, and then I have homework at home, and also I like sleep, so I don't actually practice my instrument that much.
Outside of actual marching band, none.
About 3 to 6 hours, maybe even more sometimes. My what?
The people, like,
Playing the people in band.
The people, the music, the shows. Yes.
No.
No, I mean, I came from a musical family, so, I wanted to be in band from, basically as long as I could be in band. I never really saw anything wrong with it.
Yes.
Not that I can really remember.
yeah.
No. Because like all my friends are people in band, so.
I mean, for this year, I think they actually kind of like us.
I think they think that we're kind of annoying and in the way. I think they appreciate it when we stay in our section and play like cool stand tunes. But when we do that whole thing where we go in front of them, it's kind of annoying and disruptive because they're there to watch the game, not the band.
I feel like sometimes they like pretend that they like us, and then most of the time it's like they don't actually like us.
Other than that, I don't think they really care all that much, because we've been called nerds by a passing car once, so, yeah. Well, it's just the thrill, really. Also for preparing for English drum.
It wasn't terrible. I mean, I went to a small school, so there wasn't a ton of cliques. Everybody was kind of friends with everybody. People in the band played sports. People in sports were in band. Grew up together. So it wasn't terribly cliquey. There wasn't too much stigma. The time commitment. I mean, I grew up in a non-competitive band, so we did a couple hours after school, and then football Fridays. That was it. The amount of time that students now are required to be for a competitive band is a lot of time. So I think that's probably the biggest thing. The discrepancy between programs. So a group, a school district that might value music a little bit more might make some things easier for a program from an administrative standpoint, whereas some districts sometimes music ends up seeming like a bit of an afterthought.
Every school across America has similar extracurriculars: book club, National Honor Society, soccer, Young Politicians Club, football, marching band. Even though each requires hard work outside of school, some are held above others. In general, the music program at any school is not well received with the rest of the building. Yes, there are people who don't care or who don't mind those in the band. There are many who find it to be an annoyance and dispel hate towards it in the little ways they can. In certain areas, even the school district discriminates against the band, showing obvious favor towards other school sponsors' activities. Ask anyone who's in an extracurricular, how much work is it? How many hours a week do you put into this sport? Everyone starts launching into a speech about how much time and effort they put into it, and it's all fairly true. If one asks a person a question about how much work is involved in the sport, their answer is easily accepted and acknowledged. Why is it that if the same question is asked to someone in the marching band, people impugn the answer? People say nerd or loser, yet those in the band do the same work as someone playing soccer or football. On a good week, the band spends about 26 hours practicing together. During the 2 weeks of band camp alone, about 100 hours are dedicated to learning the show. A football player has to learn how to play his position, where to stand at the beginning of a play, where to go, who to hit, and what the rest of the team is doing. They have to memorize the plans that their coach writes up and learn how to implement them in a game. There are many different aspects to the sport, and each player tries their hardest to perform at the best of their ability. Marching band is fairly similar. One has to memorize their music, know the counts of each move, and where to go. They have to think about the others around them, keep in time, and do everything they can not to stand out. Every performer tries their best in order to help the entire band. The band will continue to go to every football game and perform at every pep rally, practice every day after school, and dedicate their Saturdays to competitions. While it is an unfortunate reality, they do not expect the gratitude of their peers to be waiting for them. They do not expect to be congratulated for when they win a trophy or cheered on during a performance. The band will continue to put in hard work, and while they do not expect to get compliments or congratulations, it is always appreciated. Behind the instrument are kids who are just trying to have fun and express themselves through music and marching, just like any player in a sport.
Hold on, I'll just go like. I'll just pull it out of the way.
My toe.
Ready? Shut the fuck up. Okay, ready? 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. I'm a snapper.